Hello and welcome to my February bullet journal setup. This month's theme is inspired by, of course, Valentine's Day, and I wanted to spice it up a bit by doing doodles of the cutest, most loveliest Pokemon, which is Jigglypuff. So I'm drawing a really cute Jigglypuff for the cover page. It's essentially a really big circle with a swirl for its hair, triangles for its ears, ovals for its hands and feet, and 3 circles inside of each other for the eyes and the eye details. I also did a half semicircle for its mouth and drew a microphone because Jigglypuff is always singing love songs in this case. I outlined a border around this as well just to tie everything together, and then I colored in. I had a lot of fun doing this one because it's actually quite simple to doodle, and coloring in is also really simple as well because Jigglypuff is just pink. I'm not too sure on its eye color, but I think you can just do any. I decided on using a dark blue and a dark green brush pen for it. And yeah, it turned out super cute and I'm really happy with how this turned out. On the page to the left, I wanted to make this feel a bit more Valentine's-y, more lovely. So instead of doing a quote page here, I did the same shaped box and drew a bunch of hearts within one another and colored each heart in different shades of the 2 pinks that I had. This kind of reminds me of the Powerpuff Girls, which I really like. So yeah, here's a speed run of me coloring this in. I'll link everything that I used, including these 2 shades of brush pens, down below. I also ended up using this shade of brush pen to write February above my Jigglypuff. And I don't know, I feel like this was kind of missing something. So I ended up doodling some musical notes around the border, so it looks like Jigglypuff is singing. This next page is going to be my quote page, and I'm kind of mimicking the same layout and structure as the page before. So Jigglypuff on one page and the heart on another. And this time I decided to draw, as you can see, a very angry but cute angry Jigglypuff. And I feel like this goes with my quote, which is, "Life is tough, but so are you." I feel like this quote is an amazing quote, especially for this month with Jigglypuff representing. And for the next page, I kind of did the same thing with the hearts. So I drew a box and the hearts inside one another and colored the hearts in the 2 alternating shades of pink. I guess exactly the same as what I did to the page before. I do go back and make the borders of Jigglypuff a bit thicker just so that it stands out more. Let me know in the comments below who your favorite Pokemon is. Is it Jigglypuff? I don't really have a favorite Pokemon, it's so hard to choose, but I can say that my favorite starter Pokemon is Bulbasaur. I actually haven't met a lot of people who would choose Bulbasaur as a starter. It's normally Charmander or Squirtle, so let me know if you also love Bulbasaur. This page that I'm doing now is my monthly calendar spread, and I just did my boxes, which is 6 by 6. Coming into this, I didn't really know what kind of design I wanted for it, so I drew a bunch of Jigglypuff around. Actually, I only drew 2, and I decided that I really liked the look of those hearts that I drew earlier. So I thought, why not do it everywhere for this spread? I did multiple of the starting parts of the heart because I didn't want the overall heart shape to get lost, because the further away you get from that center heart bit, the more of a line it is, if that makes sense. You get me. And the Jigglypuff on the bottom kind of looks a little bit funky. I think my hand slipped when I started drawing it, but it's okay, still cute, still cute. I then used the same light pink brush pen to color the Jigglypuffs in. I think one of my concerns during this was that I've used the same color for the heart and for my Jigglypuff, so I was afraid that it would blend in together. And I guess the solution I came up with is to add another layer of the alternating pinks, but with a white. It also helps with making this page look not too full on, not too saturated, gives it little breaks. I then made my Jigglypuff outlines a bit thicker so it'll stand out more. Is it just me or does Jigglypuff kind of look like Kirby? There's a few times doing this voiceover and I was about to say Kirby, but I stopped myself. I also didn't realize that I had no room to write Wednesday, but that's okay, we know our days of the weeks. I also did a drop shadow just to make my calendar pop out more and not blend in with the background. I think this is my most colourful monthly spread that I've done yet. And it gives me like a groovy, disco, Valentine, Kirby Jigglypuff vibe. There's a lot happening on that page. Moving on to the next one, which is my habit tracker. I usually only do an outline of the calendars, but this time I decided to do grids. No particular reason why, I just wanted to try something new, and I've accompanied those with 2 Jigglypuffs. I did a cute one that's winking at you and a really cool one with some sunnies on. I forgot to film, but on the bottom I've just done a box with notes on it in case I want to do any note-taking throughout the month. This next page is my mood tracker board, and for this the inspiration was a really cute Jigglypuff that's so adorable and it's staring at you and it's holding a heart and surrounded by more hearts, and each of these hearts will represent a day and the colour will be my mood for that day. Yeah, I wanted the Jigglypuff to ultimately look like it's lying on a fortress of pillow hearts, surrounded by love for this very lovely month. I wanted it to look extra cute, so I did little love hearts in its eyes, like a little twinkle. You could also make your Jigglypuffs different colours. I've just used the same pink throughout, but yours could be a sparkly one. And I usually track around 5 to 6 emotions. I've added tired to this month's emotion because I've been feeling a bit tired recently. And of course, to go with the colour scheme, I used that dark purple for Jigglypuff's heart that it's holding. I also wasn't sure if Jigglypuff have footprint or like paws, so I've just included it anyways. And yeah, it's super cute, happy with how it turned out. And onto the next page. I've decided to do one side as my February page dump, which is where I glue all of my trinkets in or any scrapbooking things that I want to do. And the next page will be like my February best moments or just moments that I want to write down. Ultimately, I just want to journal a little bit more this month and write my thoughts down. The headers for these two will be, you guessed it, these hearts that I've done. Can you tell how much I enjoyed drawing these hearts? And I went over the words of the titles a few times just so that it's a bit thicker and you can see it better with such a loud background behind it. And yeah, there you have it. This is my February bullet journal setup. If you enjoyed watching this, please like and subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!